Chairman, I think this is a very good debate for this committee to be having, and this is a difficult issue that this committee is wrestling with because there are legitimate and serious issues on both sides of this debate. There are legitimate and real concerns about litigation abuse. Litigation abuse is a problem that exists in many sectors, many industries, and certainly the world of intellectual property is one of those where we have seen an escalation in litigation abuse, and I commend the bill authors for working in a bipartisan manner to address that. At the same time, I will say that I found Senator Durbin's remarks in particular quite powerful and persuasive. We have in our economy, I think, a particular obligation to protect innovators, to protect the little guy who is inventing the next great invention that will transform the world, that we don't know what it is, we don't understand where it might be going, and yet it represents a threat to the status quo, a threat to the giant corporations of today because they're in their garage starting the company that will become the giant corporation of tomorrow. I recognize that the authors of this legislation have worked to balance those concerns, and in private practice before I was in the Senate, I litigated cases on both sides of patent matters, both on behalf of defendants and on behalf of plaintiffs asserting intellectual property. At the end of the day, at least in committee, I'm going to vote against this legislation. But I think it's a close call. And I may well be open to supporting it ultimately on the floor, depending upon what amendments are considered. But I think we need to be particularly solicitous of protecting inventors, protecting the little guy, protecting those who are asserting the rights protected by the United States Constitution to develop new innovations. And I fear that if we lean too far against the small patent holder, that in turn will hamper innovation in our economy. So I appreciate everyone's productive discussion on this, and thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Klobuchar.